I wake up in the morning, telegram in hand, on to our community, the coolest in the land. Cheese cream drops a joke, got me laughing loud. Then I start to scroll down through the daily crowd. Who's the OG prince, lighting up the zone? Is it Dama Beast or Sav on the throne? Or maybe it's Friday, Flexmas is here. Time to throw some gains and flex without fear. I toss out some questions, looking for the signs. Inside Fix is ready, dropping out for lines. I keep on reading, can't look away. Those spicy emojis make my whole day. Then someone yells exit, get off PulseChain. But I ride the waves through pleasure and pain. I live in a limbo of hope and despair, but we're all in this boat and I'm proud to be there. Yeah, I might end up wrecked, burned by the flame, but I'm with the best crew in this wild DeFi game. I might end up wrecked, burned by the flame, but I'm with the best crew in this wild DeFi game.
All right. Welcome to R2R Rekt to Riches live stream. Thank you for being here tonight, guys. This is going to be a fun night of speculation, right? A fun night of wrong answers only tonight, right? We could speculate a whole lot, and it's been an exciting going on 12 hours since the Richard Heart announcement, right? About this project, the details. We're going to get into it. All right? But before we get there, ladies and gentlemen, always remember, I am not a financial advisor. I am for damn sure not a professional. This is cryptocurrency. Don't ever allow an influencer on any social media platform out there to influence you when it comes to crypto, because by gosh, you could lose it all. All right. So do that research. Everything you hear on this channel is pure entertainment purposes and speculation. I'm just giving you, my point of view. But we're going to be talking about Richard Heart. Yeah. And the pulse that's going through our veins right now, right? The excitement, what's on the horizon. But before we do that, shout out to the official sponsor of the R2R live stream and video content. Shout out to dexfi.com/bonds. Already paid us $673,862, right, in USDC over on base. APR is currently 91.12%. Total minted bonds is 19,407. You go on base, you get your Ethereum, and we've seen this thing just continue to produce real yield, where you get passive exposure to the strategies they use over there through Liquidity, with the complete expert and entry timing and precision managed liquidity and range settings. All right. On another note, we're out here at PulseChain.com. We are going to retire that website. We have another sponsor of the channel. I'd like to give a shout out to a proud sponsor of the R2R live stream video content, right? I want to give him a round of applause. Right? Give him a round of applause. Guys, head over, okay, to dsvrcrypto.com. All right, that's dscvrcrypto.com, where it's simple, guys. Listen, this was built for the community. All right, it's the ultimate hub for PulseChain projects. I'm going to retire PulseChain.com because I don't need to go there. It is going to be the place that for talking about PulseChain, whether it's meme tokens, utility tokens, it's going to be the home base where we can drive traffic here and people are going to be able to see what's going on in our ecosystem, the one-stop shop, and learn, what's going on our chain. All right. Prime example, guys, even if you were to come look here, you can see all the tokens that are, headline here. You can go on here. You could pay for boost, do the whole works, you know, the whole deck screener thing, but it's built for PulseChain. It's important. It's important to have a home base that's built for PulseChain like this, that was designed to represent our tokens. All right. But real quick here, they do have their own token. They're building out an ecosystem. So whether you're looking at their DSC VR token, Discover Crypto token, which represents, you know, not only the website, but the ecosystem that all ties in together with Finger Monkey and a whole lot more coming. You can come here, take a look at the charts, right? You can go, you know, just like you would on Dex Screener, but it's all made for PulseChain, right? You can see the charts, you can see what's going on, see the action, see the projects in this ecosystem. It's a really good site to draw people to, because if you're, let's say, onboarding somebody, right, outside, let's just go back to the homepage, and somebody's shilling a token right now. What token is out there right now that people were talking about? Well, you can come here and take a look, and you can pick any of them. But if you're somebody out there that's talking about, let's say, Peacock, right? You bring them here, they can see the chart. They got the analytics going here as well. And you're going to be able to see how to buy Peacock, and they're going to be able to have the exact purchase guide on hand. So it really is the one-stop shop for bringing new users. All right, let me pull myself off screen really quick here. I'll probably keep myself off screen so that you guys can see, you know, everything. I'll keep myself. Anyways, back to what I was saying. It's going to give them the instructions on how to buy, the simple 3-step process to get PulseChain Peacock tokens on PulseChain, right? Where you purchase, you get Ethereum, talks about Coinbase, Binance, Kraken. Step 2, bridge ETH to PulseChain. It lists the bridges: Liberty Swap, PulseChain Bridge, Internet Money, Rabby Wallet, OKX. And then the final exchange can happen on PulseX, 9inch, or Liberty Swap. Recommended exchanges, talks about the low fees, fast transactions, all the educational stuff that they're going to need for your onboards. Very, very good tool. Excited to have them be, you know, a sponsor of the channel. So shout out to DSC VR Crypto. Again, go to DSCVRcrypto.com and start, you know, getting your onboards to go and get all the information they would need, that they'd be in your DMs like, what do I do? What do I do? What do I do? So shout out to them. Hopping over to the tweet, right? And then we'll go to the chat really quick. Let's see. RH announces new token just launched. It's called Smash the like button. Smash the like button. Oh, that felt good. I have like this bone that I needed to crack. What's good? I got some dry powder about the DC into RH core. I just lost it all on Arion. You lost it? Did something happen? I don't know. I didn't get into it. I didn't get into it. But let's get into speculating here, guys. Let's speculate for a second. What in the world's going on? What does this mean? This happened at 9:09 a.m. my time today. So we're going roughly on, it's been 10 hours plus, almost 11 hours since this tweet. It says, I heard a new project is launching. Details within 24 hours. I'm excited. Be ready. So details are coming, but be ready. Be ready. Be ready to buy it open. Be ready to go on a DApp. You know, what are we talking about here? You see, what is going on here? There's X spaces that are going on right now. They've been going on all day. People are speculating this and that. It's following along with so many narratives out there. It's got the PDI people going crazy right now, right? You know, he's gonna release his own stable token. He's going to collateralize the vote, and PDI is going to $1. I've heard that. I've heard the wallet, right? It's his wallet. He's going to have a sacrifice for a wallet. I threw my speculation out there, right, on what I think. I think there's two strong possibilities of what's going on here. And I'll give you just one on what I think is like the core thought process that I'm in and where I'm headed as far as being like, okay, if I was a betting guy, here's what I think happens. Because pump tires, I never thought we would see the day. I never thought that we would see Richard Hart come on, right, and talk about pump tires, talk about meme tokens, period. I never thought I would see the day. In a million years, okay, we've heard as many live streams as I've heard him talk about, right, meme tokens and NFTs and how they suck and they ruin people's lives. I never thought I would see him tweet about not only pump tires, but like the most wanted token, the Trump token, and then the entire platform. Now, when it launched, it was delayed. It was behind. What do I mean by that? What do I mean by behind? All right. What do I mean by that? Day in time where it was just grinding out on pump fund, so many different opportunities. People were in the trenches making tons of money on Solana, and they were pumping out meme tokens, thousands by the day. And there was tokens like Port token went, to $1, went over $1 billion market cap. That entire frenzy, that entire market of meme tokens just being launched by just normal, everyday, average people by just click of a button changed a lot of people's lives that caught the good ones, and it ruined a lot of people as well. So pump funds was just like a good and bad thing, right? Good if you got rich, bad if you got wrecked, and everything in between. If you were able to just break even, great. So when he talked about pump tires, I was just shocked to even see that he was going to be supporting it, and everyone was in disbelief and very angry as well, because he started shilling meme tokens. The maxis came out hard. They were pissed. They were pissed and they were angry. And it was just a little too late. We had a quick little meme token bull market that lasted a couple weeks, maybe a few weeks at most. Died off. It recently came back, and then it's kind of died off, but random memes are coming, right? You had some Grimace token the other day. Now, if you bought Grimace token, you might not even be able to buy a Grimace shake today. Sorry about that. If that's what you did, kind of is what it is. That's meme tokens. But anyways, he was going against his belief system. Why? Because he saw how much volume meme tokens did on Solana and how it was onboarding so many users, like left and right? So many users just left and right. And he made it better than pump fund. It doesn't enrich him. It helps the ecosystem and burns the tokens on as far as, through the liquidity. So it does a purpose for the entire ecosystem, versus pump fund is just, get enriching the founders. And now they have a whole different way of, giving money to the streamers and all that had a hype. But the funny part that happened after this was just like, what happened to Richard Hart? And I think he just felt like he had to just roll with what was currently the hottest thing out there, and that was memes. So we saw that happen. We didn't have anything scale to the size or even a fraction of what Pump Fund did, but it exists now on PulseChain, and we see memes happen till this day. Okay. Now, what I thought was interesting, and the timing, and something that just happened that drew a lot of traffic via Binance Smart Chain, right? And I've talked about this platform, DEX, right? So here's why I feel like a project being launched could be again, Richard Hart says stay away from ladies, liquor, and leverage, right? So perpetual trading and doing leverage trading would be far against anything he's ever said. But so was meme tokens, and a whole entire ecosystem exists with the platform that was a better version and fork of basically Pump Fund, but better and benefits the users. So I looked at DEX. And as I was being very hyped and an investor and much involved with DEX, its headline and what it was representing was decentralized exchanges versus centralized exchanges, which has been the common fight that Richard Hart has always fought, right? Like, hey, not your keys, not your crypto. DeFi, DeFi, DeFi. Get away from the middlemen, right? Everything should operate in a decentralized environment. And he thrives on that DeFi mentality. He wants to be the most decentralized layer one. He wants to be the most decentralized, founder, and he loves and admires privacy, which is one other direction I was thinking about, a privacy project. You see Zcash and what that's doing. But CZ got the spotlight with saying the future of crypto is decentralized finance. So CZ is now the face of decentralized finance and talking about investing in the future of DeFi and decentralized perpetual exchanges like DEX. He has the crown on his head right now, when the entire time the person who has been saying, why are you on Binance, why are you on Coinbase, and been talking about how everything should be DeFi based, had been ignored, right? Had been gatekept, and now CZ's the guy. I felt like in Richard Hart's shoes while watching this all happen, like, man, this should be Richard Hart, like should have the first decentralized perpetual exchange and all that, and be the face of it. CZ's not able to run Binance, right? So he operates as an advisor for Aster, openly tweets about it and talks about buying tokens with his own money. And somebody brought it up in a live stream too, like, what would it take to even have a perpetual decentralized exchange where you can buy spot and all that stuff on PulseChain? A ton of liquidity, right? And then all that money moves, okay, which wouldn't make sense for a wallet. I don't think, if a wallet was in the works, it wouldn't be, moving all that SAC money in preparation for a wallet. I think he could have done that behind the scenes already. It could be already in the making. It could be already done. Okay. His own stable token, I don't know. That I could be like, yeah, it's kind of a crapshoot. I'm more thinking there could be a massive opportunity for him to get on board the next big thing like he did with Pump Fund. Because this right now, the volume that DEX has been doing this entire time, the millions and billions of dollars it was doing at the beginning, and still doing hundreds of millions of dollars. You see here in the 24-hour volume, $292 million in perpetual trading in just the Aster USDT pair, right? People longing and shorting. So I feel, right, the gap that could be filled, the void, the true face of DeFi, and what would be a great way to onboard people. Listen, you can't, I don't want to think like a Hexagon or a PulseChain or a native investor on PulseChain that would make me happy to see on chain. I want to feel from the outside what would attract me to PulseChain, right? And that would be if there was something massive like a perpetual exchange. That's my speculations and that's my hopes, right? I think anything short of that, I would be like, man, I would be disappointed. Other than if he did come up with his own stable token or miraculously pegged PDI. I don't think anything other than that would excite me, because I already saw him attempt pump tires, and it was a complete, not a complete failure, but where it went and the numbers it hit, it didn't succeed on the level that he was hoping. I can guarantee you that. Burned a lot of tokens, but could have burned way more and could have had way more volume and success, even if it had half the success of Pump Fund. But we don't have the users, and we don't have trading days like that in volume, even close to Solana. But now we have Liberty Swap, which is you can bridge over from Solana and other blockchains. I feel like a decentralized perpetual exchange makes sense. That's a project, right? That's a real project. Now, a wallet is not a project. So dissecting the tweet, right? Dissecting the tweet, I heard of a new project is launching, details within 24 hours. I would eliminate the wallet, right? We know it's not going to be another meme platform. I mean, what other, a project for his own stable token? I think I don't know if you would need a project, you know. Heck, for all we know, there's going to be another sacrifice for whatever this is. You never know. You never know who would buy into it. But if he's excited, right, he believes it's going to bring numbers. Okay, he believes it's going to have product market fit. And the only big things that have product market fit that bring a lot of volume are just certain things out there, right? And that's why the meme token space, he had a stab at it and didn't have the success that we all wanted. I think the other opportunity, and CZ said it himself, the future is decentralized perpetual exchanges where you can do leverage and spot trading, okay? And that's where Binance has invested their money. That's basically CZ, right? And it is the future. Everything should go from centralized to decentralized. So if he didn't jump on this opportunity and he's not launching something that has to do with being the next DEX on PulseChain, I would be entirely disappointed. I would just be like, bro, I've had enough. Bring over the SAC fund money and put my bags and get me out of here, because I can't think of anything else that would be significant enough to bring volume, right? Because whales want to come where there's thick liquidity and come, and they want to leverage. That's what they want. That's the demand out there. You got Win out there who's, you know, lost hundreds of millions of dollars shorting and longing. It doesn't matter if you believe in ladies, liquor, and leverage, and you know that's how smart men lose their money. It's what the market loves to do, and that is to have perpetual exchanges. And if you look at the market he would be tapping into and why it makes sense for onboarding, go to coinglass.com and just look at the 24-hour, you know, across the board volume as far as what's being lost in shorts and in overall long positions. So today you take Hyperliquid, Binance, and all of the exchanges, the combined liquidations is $582.45 million. 388.96 million in longs have been liquidated. 193.48 million in shorts have been liquidated. Okay. And this has not successfully been done on PulseChain, not even close. So you would be tapping into tens of millions of dollars of people that are already actively, willingly getting liquidated and gambling their money. Why wouldn't you do that? And the amount of people who would say, hey, let me go over there and get busy with it, because it's not like the meme tokens where they're launching, they go to $1 billion, they pump and dump. The real money is risking it for the biscuit in the not your keys, not your crypto environments on centralized exchanges, and they're getting liquidated and they're shorting and longing their positions and they're going apeshit for this stuff. That's why when DEX came out, it was so massive. All right. So I believe it's got to be something that's going to take on the opportunity to bring on new users by being the attraction that everyone wants to be. you show up to a bar, right? You're not there for a Diet Coke. Most of the people that show up to a bar are looking for ladies and liquor or beer, right? So that's what I'm talking about. When you're in crypto, you're looking for opportunity. People want to buy memes, people want to buy utility, but they also love their leverage positions, shorts and longs. Longs and shorts. Perpetual decentralized exchanges are the future, or what is going to be talked about amongst the biggest influencers, which happens to be CZ right now. So to jump on any other bandwagon after we saw him do the pump tires, a little too late, right? A little too late on that one. I just think that it'll probably be set up like Astro. I would imagine it's like an AstroDex fork. And listen, I could be talking about this for the next 20 minutes and be a complete waste of my time and be way off. But I got to think big here. Because if it's just some BS, it's really going to disrupt the chain in a bad way. If it's something that we can't visualize blowing up and bringing new users, it's going to be an upset. A nothing burger cannot happen here, especially after that tweet. So you imagine PulseChain taps into this market of leverage trading, which, listen, people do it. There's a lot of money going around doing it. And Binance Smart Chain took that opportunity, and it should be Richard Hart, who is the face of decentralized perpetual exchanges. But it's CZ. And that has to, without a shadow of a doubt, bug him. As smart, and as long as he's been telling people to switch from centralized exchanges to DeFi, decentralized exchanges, and how he has been the face of that, gate kept. CZ got the spotlight. CZ ignores him. CZ doesn't even reply to him. There's no way you telling me that Richard Hart doesn't go out there and try to compete, whether that's in this news that's going to happen today within the next 12 hours at any time, right? Or what else could it be that's bigger? You tell me. Wrong answers only. He built pump tires because the market was going down that path. I do like RH is willing to pivot to capture market interest. Yeah, he has to. He has finally said if you can't beat him, join him. Okay? And that's where I think the competition has gone real. And he saw basically Binance Smart Chain come back out of nowhere, hit all-time highs, hit crazy trending on Twitter, shilling everybody. It has a referral program. It has a token, an airdrop. Like, all they'd have to do is have a project like Aster, have a airdrop like they did, where you can go and you can grind and do perpetuals and earn an airdrop, get the volume. It got Richard Hart's support, so it would, in essence, probably have some sort of benefit towards his cores, right? But imagine being able to short and long HEX, which ultimately, on a level like you would want to do it in an environment like Aster, right, would be pretty effing cool. It would be cool. What's up, Duke of Booze? So that's my theory. I'll run with that, whether I'm right or wrong. I just think everything else, to me, in my opinion, that I've thought of would be a nothing burger, other than maybe PulseChain has its own version of Tornado Cash, and then we're all just like, cool. I never used it before because it was illegal, right? But now I guess you can, but I wouldn't be exciting. It wouldn't bring volume, right? It wouldn't bring excitement. It wouldn't bring competition. You know, if you could bring something and try to compete with Pump Fun and you didn't hit it, you didn't nail it, right? It turned into more of an experiment that didn't go well. Maybe they can knock it out the park by bringing people that just like to do this short. They want to come on PulseChain and short Bitcoin, long Bitcoin. Same thing with Ethereum and any other assets on Pulse. It's the only thing that could make sense. Now, making your own stable token, cool. Like, yeah, well, all right. I don't think it's gonna be like, dude, did you hear Richard Hartman his own stable token? Let me go to PulseChain. Like, no, man. I don't think that's. I don't know. I just don't think it's exciting unless it was like straight up. I'm gonna peg P-Dye. Now that's exciting. And that happens, then everyone would be like, I told you, you know, that would be massive. But we've only been through like that entire, you know, it's garbage, this and that. TG, even after the big liquidation of 20 billion, I see people are still willing to gamble. I think you nailed it, man. Yeah, man, they are still at it. They are still at it, man. And that's why I like X games and the product market fit, because people love to gamble, right? So Asterdex, it better be an Asterdex fork, right? And they try to do it right, where you need a ton of liquidity to have something like Asterdex even to begin with. And then you get people to come over here and they can, you know, maybe he offers them a way to, you know, long and short Ethereum. I don't know. Maybe he has a lot of Bitcoin. There is a way this could happen. I think it makes sense in my mind, but it could be in my wildest dreams. But we're going to know soon, right? We're going to know soon. We're going to have the details. So all we can do is wait for this guy to tweet, right? 10 hours ago, going on 11, and we'll know these details soon. But that's my speculation. That's the only thing I could think that would logically intrigue people to come over heavily with a lot of money, is to come over into risky for the biscuit and leverage trade, and then have these big positions. And when they make or lose money, especially make money, that gives fresh capital to bridge and buy cores and attract users from all over the place, right? If you build it, they will come, but it has to be the right thing. And I think decentralized perpetual exchanges, like CZ nailed it. That's why Asterdex is, you know, talked about. Everyone is shilling it, right? It would have to be a Tornado Cash wallet attached to Pulse Treasury Plan with Elon. Yeah. I mean, if there was a Tornado Cash version on Pulse, I don't know why that would be exciting to anybody. I'm highly doubtful, you know, anything to do with that, unless it was like a privacy token of some sort. But I'm looking at he's got to be like, oh hell no, CZ. He's talking about decentralized finance, and people are looking at him as the face of that. Like, no, that's me, and I can do it better. Code the whole shebang, make it truly. He'll tell you it's truly decentralized. My perpetual exchange, right? So go lose all your money with ladies, liquor, and leverage all you want, but it's there. I built it. Have fun. And I think he proved that with pump tires, right? He proved that. So I'm sticking with this. We'll see. You know, don't want to make this too long of a stream, guys. Don't forget to check out the sponsors. I got 2 sponsors of the channel now, dexfi.com/bonds. Go head over there. Don't forget the one-stop shop, right? The ultimate hub for PulseChain, and where you should bring all of your onboards, guys. Don't forget to link them over, right? Go over to good old dscvrcrypto.com, and you can click here on the ecosystem, and you bet once that project goes live, it's going to be listed here as a project on PulseChain, just like all these other ones that include pump tires, PulseX. You can have, you know, all your categories that you pick. You can see the, you know, bridges. I don't think that's on there for whatever reason. Dexes. Let's see if they have the wallets. They have the wallets. Trading bots. There's nothing in there, but click all categories to see what's on there now as these continue to update. And then you can find all your favorite latest and greatest tokens, whether they're meme tokens, utility tokens, and have them come here and know where they need to go to buy, how they purchase their Ethereum, bridge it over, and get from point A to Z, and which is buying and bridging over capital. The PulseChain. Remember, discover crypto has their own token at this point. You come here and look at the chart. And then when you click on the analytics part as well, like I mentioned before, on any given token you select, you have them scroll down here, how to buy a DSCVR from purchasing ETH, whether it's on Coinbase, Binance, or Kraken, that starting point, the cross-chain bridge opportunity, obviously Liberty Swap, PulseChain bridge, and then swapping your Pulse for your CVR, whether it be PulseX, 9-inch, or Liberty Swap, and all your recommended exchanges here where they can link them up, PulseX, Liberty Swap, and 9-inch. Explains everything to them. This is the perfect place to bring your onboards and show them how it's done, where it could be seen, and the easy one-stop shop information hub, and tracking your own portfolio as well. There's a lot of tools on there. So shout out to the new sponsor today from over there. Visit DSCVRcrypto.com. Don't forget to pound the like button, guys. Till next time, we shall do it again. Yeah, dog.
I wake up in the morning, telegram in hand. On to our community, the coolest in the land. Cheese cream drops a joke, got me laughing loud. Then I start to scroll down through the daily crowd. Who's the OG prince, lighting up the zone? Is it Dama Beast or Sav on the throne? Or maybe it's Friday, Flexmas is here. Time to throw some gains and flex without fear. I toss out some questions, looking for the signs. Inside fix is ready, dropping out for lines. I keep on reading, can't look away. Those spicy emojis make my whole day. Then someone yells exit, get off PulseChain, but I ride the waves through pleasure and pain. I live in a limbo of hope and despair, but we're all in this boat and I'm proud to be there. Yeah, I might end up wrecked, burned by the flame, but I'm with the best crew in this wild DeFi game. I might end up wrecked, burned by the flame, but I'm with the best crew in this wild DeFi